Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video by D-Flow Hoops titled Ranking 2020's Best NBA Free Agents by Position. So as we go through this, I'm going to try my best to my ability to say which team I think that player should go to. You know, it could be an extent of them just staying where they're at, or, you know, going to a whole new squad out there to maximize their contract and really just their skill set, bro. So yeah, bro, let's go get going on this, man. Hope you all are having a great, fantastic Easter Sunday. Let's get it.
Starting with the available point guards, where there's very limited options for teams looking to upgrade.
I would stay in Utah. You've been beasting.
CLARKSON is the third best available, who's shown in a contract year, splitting time with the Cavaliers and Jazz, that he'll be a valuable pick-and-roll creator for any team. CLARKSON's raw speed is next-level elite, however, the pace to his game with his tight handle and crafty finishing are the biggest reasons he's a Sixth Man of the Year candidate, and shot a career best in field goal
percentage. Bro, I don't like the double
with
zeros,
Utah
though.
Having $21 million in
ugly-ass
luxury
number.
tax space, I say he remains in Salt Lake City.
I agree.
Next, with hefty veteran experience and a
I'm going to say Dallas Mavericks, the team he was supposed to go to, but I guess something got messed up in the trade. I don't really know. But yeah, I think Dallas Mavericks come in, Luka Doncic. Yeah, bro.
Quarterbacking nature. If a contender's desperately in need of a crafty shot creator with experience and
getting
IQ
old, though.
At point guard, GORAN Dragic's the ideal guy to target. Since he'll be 34 by free agency and Miami's got a multitude of up-and-coming players they'll need to commit to, after 6 seasons with Miami, it's likely GORAN's played his final game in a Heat uniform. Dragic would have to take a slight pay cut, but he likely wants to win a ring. With the Lakers potentially having $20 million in cap space next year, the Dragon could be the piece that makes LA clear-cut title favorites.
Yeah, I'm thinking Dallas probably would have been a good idea maybe not even a few years ago because Luka wasn't there. But, I don't know. I think the Lakers probably does make more sense because he is getting kind of up there. So
ranking as the best 2020 point guard available is the
Detroit Pistons. I'm not being biased.
And up-and-coming two-way prodigy Fred VanVLEET. Frederico's got some pesky defense as he's put up the 4th most amount of steals per game this season, an annoying passing lane and on-ball defending menace. VanVLEET also led the league in deflections each night, while offensively, he's got a brilliant repertoire of hesitations, stepbacks, and spins combined with flashy passing, distant shooting.
Damn, bro, I want him bad, though. I want him real bad.
Very small chance Toronto loses him. I mostly think that's the case because the Raps have $52 million in luxury cap space for next year.
Oh, man, I was hoping he was going to say a team. But, yeah, obviously if he was to leave, you know, I'd love him going to Detroit. But, no, I don't think he'll leave either. Like, there's no way in hell the Toronto Raptors would get rid of him, you know? Like why, you know? Kyle Lowry, while he is, like, of course, the starting point guard now, he's not going to be for much longer, not because he's bad. It's just because, you know, it's just getting to that time. So I do think Freddie remains on the Toronto Raptors, and I will be a sad Piston fan the day that news is announced.
According to Forbes, both Tim Hardaway Jr. and the Mavericks are possibly interested in a long-term extension. Because he's having a career year, he'll definitely opt out of his player
Stay on
option
Mavericks.
with the Mavs next year, where he'd make $18.9 million.
Shooting nice.
But it's best the talented, springy scorer capitalizes on the nice year he's had and gets multiple more years of making 15+ mil per year.
It's not bad at all.
Possibly the best marksman in the league. It's crucial the Nets come to an agreement with the floor spacer for the Snake and Uncle Drew next year.
I'd like to see Joe Harris maybe on the 76ers as like their starting 2. You know, like eventually maybe they get rid of Al Horford, then you're looking at, you know, Ben Simmons, Joe Harris. That's perfect. You're going to go with Josh Richardson at the 3, Tobias at the 4, Joel Embiid at the 5. I like the sound of that.
Joe Harris, making over 41% of his shots from
the
behind the three-point line this season. That was actually a down year for the Nets sniper, as the season prior, he made a staggering 47.4% of those shots
that's insane.
To lead the NBA in that area. I think the Nets have a great thing going in their organization right now, and I think they signed Joe on the first day of free agency.
Perfect role player.
A tad more versatile offensively than Joe is the French guard lighting it up and down.
Damn, who should get Evan Fournier? I've not really thought about him. I'm trying to think of a team that desperately needs like a scoring shooting guard like that. I mean, realistically, the Magic. Like the Magic should not be a team that should be trading away their offensive players.
In Orlando, Evan Fournier.
I would say in Orlando.
His career high in field goal percentage and 19 points per game have flown completely under the radar, but if you didn't know, Fournier's added many facets to his game. Morphing from a
he might want to go somewhere else, though.
Like he was in his younger days, Evan now has the ability to escape defenses blitzing him in the pick and roll with either an unforeseen pass or attacks off the dribble. He'll opt out of his $17 million deal to try and earn over $20 million, and I think Orlando commits to him long term. It's not like they have an up-and-coming player at shooting guard who Evan's taking away minutes from. For
I
a
agree.
while in 2019-20,
DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan was the
Honestly, once again, maybe the Orlando Magic. You know, it's like you play the small forward position, then you're looking at probably letting go of like an Aaron Gordon type of player or something like that. But once again, it's like they need scoring on that team, and DeMar DeRozan helps with that. I honestly, too, would be cool to see him go back to the Toronto Raptors. You know, LeBronto's not there anymore. Take that team down. You know, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet would be awesome lineup to watch.
last guard to attempt
Take with Mr. OG,
16+
though,
field
unfortunately.
goals per game and shoot over
And Powell.
52% from the floor since Michael Jordan. Even though he struggles at times defensively, that stat just shows you how advanced DeRozan's efficiency has become since his days with the Raptors where they demanded him to shoot the three-point shot. At first, I didn't think it would be a good fit, but I'd love to see him in a Hawks uniform where, as his career progressed and Kevin Huerter developed, DeMar could shift into Atlanta's sixth man. Regardless, he's reportedly unhappy in San Antonio, and he may want to contend for a title immediately, so he could...
I could ultimately see him doing like an Andre Iguodala type thing too, where we know what type of player he is, but he could take like a lesser role on like a Golden State Warriors or somebody like that. You know, just be like that amazing six man.
Go somewhere else. The fifth best small forward available next summer's Derrick Jones Jr., but the 23-year-old 2020 dunk champs got as much potential as any player discussed this
OKC.
video. Amongst all forwards in defensive rating, Jones is right beside the most reputable lockdown
Put him at
league
the 3
defenders
spot.
in basketball, ranking as the 7th most valuable defender in the NBA. He's yet to keep his three-point shot consistent, but his 7-foot wingspan and insane bounce
Damn, man, look at him
Derrick
throw it
Jones
down.
Jr.'s upside unlimited. Heat president Pat Riley knows what he's doing and will likely keep him in Miami. Danilo Gallinari's changed his
Miami Heat.
reputation as an injury-prone player into the lethal scorer he was once known as in his last 2 seasons. 2019-20 saw him put up around 20 points on pretty damn solid efficiency. If Gallo wants to put NBA champion on his resume, he should sign and take a pay cut to return to the Clippers, who have $24 million of luxury tax space available.
Bro, I'm
Danilo's
hanging on
currently
to
making 22
Montrez
mil
if
per
I'm the
year.
Clips.
Maybe it's about the money, but as a longtime fan of the 12-year crafty wing-scoring vet, I want to see him competing deep into the postseason. A solid athlete, an all-out hustle player on both sides of the ball.
Bro, he ranked higher. You got him ranked higher than Gallinari, Rondae HOLLIS-JEFFERSON. Maybe I'm underrating this man right here, Rondae. I don't really know where Rondae should go.
Don't think of great passer when you hear Rondae Hollis-Jefferson's name, but he has an underrated awareness to make passes that vary.
I typically
few
think
of
a
his
bitch ass
positions
contract.
make. Hollis-Jefferson's also an elite board getter, ranking first just above Jimmy Butler.
He had one on
among
Charlotte,
small
right?
and power forwards for the most offensive rebounds per game in the league. His defense also helped fill a massive hole on the wing for the Raptors after they lost Kawhi.
Not bad
If
numbers.
Toronto makes Rondae a top priority, they can probably lock him up early in free agency, but they have a bunch of crucial players they have to commit to. He'll be on a bunch of contenders' radar looking to upgrade their toughness. I think either the Celtics or the Pacers would be a perfect fit. Storming
Melo.
back onto the scene this year, Carmelo Anthony's free agency values.
I want to see Melo on. Who do I want to see Melo on? I want Melo to go back to the Knicks and take 60 shots a game. That's all I want for in life. And also bring back Jeremy Lin.
Is about to be sky high, especially given
Let's
how
go
his
back to
rhythm will be
2012,
even
guys. Let's
better
do it,
next
man.
year. Considering he was a free agent for exactly 1 year and 7 days, and then made his highest percentage of three-point shots since 2016-17, shows that this new motivated version of Melo could be something special in 2020-21. I could see both the Lakers and Clippers making strong pitches to the soon-to-be 36-year-old Anthony. That is if he's willing to take a bench role, but quite honestly, staying put in Rip City with the Blazers is the best fit for him in my opinion. Denver's likely going to let Paul Millsap
old
walk,
head.
as youngins Michael Porter Jr. and Torrey Craig should be able to fill the power forward spot for Denver. I know they're traditionally threes, but this is the new
I
wave.
see Paul Millsap maybe on the Celtics, like in like a bench role or something like that. Because he could play with either Gordon Hayward or Jason Tatum at times. That'd be kind of interesting. Probably a little. Well, I don't know if I want to use him as small ball center. Maybe.
NBA.
Be
That'll
interesting.
allow the recently turned
Him and Smart off the
35-year-old
bench?
Paul Millsap to
Damn.
secure a fairly heavy bag, because there's very few foremen available and plenty of teams looking for a stretch big as lethal as Millsap can be when he gets it going. I'd like to see him go to the nation's capital to space the floor out for Beal and hopefully a recovered after the outbreak
Be
John
interesting.
Wall. DC would add a veteran in Paul that could mentor the likes of Rui Hachimura, Maurice
Maybe even run the screen in front of us. The T-Wolves. You know, be the power forward for Cat.
Wagner, and Thomas Bryant, while staying in win now mode, which is crucial being they're committed to their all-star backcourt long term. The young floor spacing big that broke out for those very Wizards after being moved from San Antonio is the sniping
He gonna stay in Washington. He's gonna get paid.
Bertans. I think he fits perfectly with almost any team, but most specifically with the Thunder in Oklahoma City. He'd thrive catching and shooting next to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and CP3, and would be the ideal
What about
floor man
Houston?
to have next to Steven Adams in the low post to space the floor out for him. Montrezl Harrell made just $6 million in 2019-20.
Raptors.
You can bet he'll be a
Montrezl Harrell with Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. Like, that's your big three going forward. That would be absolutely epic.
hot commodity on the market, and he'll be looking to lock in a substantial deal. There's $24 million in luxury tax space for the Clippers to work with. I think they lock up their beastly bench big.
Yeah, I'm sure
but
they will too.
He'll likely get max offers from teams like the New York Knicks, and if it's about the money for Harrell, he'll move on from LA. His two Clipper teammates are making $33+ million per year. None of us can blame Montrez if he wants that much as well. He's one of the best finishers inside.
He's earned it for sure.
And his hustle's matched by very few players. It's the practical move for Anthony Davis to opt out of his player option with the Lakers to sign the biggest deal long-term while he can. No other teams are getting close to touching Davis this offseason, though. I can see the best power forward / center in the game, AD, remaining in the purple and gold
I think
for the
so.
rest of his career. Leading off and ranked the 5th best at his position in the 2020 free agent class,
Houston.
Aaron Baines in 22 minutes for Phoenix posted career highs in points, rebounds, and three-point field goal percentage.
Actually,
He
perfect for
fit
Houston.
nicely with Phoenix, but the Australian's 33 at this point, and the Suns are still at least 2 years away from reaching contender status. The Miami Heat have an insane amount of 2020-21 cap space and can let their overpaid players Myers Leonard, Solomon Hill, Goran Dragic, and Jay Crowder, who made over $77 million combined this season, walk this summer. So that means the Heat could honestly make a run at a bunch of these free agents mentioned today. Toronto's man in the middle makes the Raptors
Marc
offense
Gasol?
click with his swift passing and patented
I don't know.
perimeter shooting. Despite having an off year shooting the basketball,
Stay in
a
Toronto, I
campaign in which
guess.
he also was getting constantly sidelined with injuries. I don't see a reason Masai and Bobby Webster can't reach a deal to keep the NBA champion Gasol north of the border. He's not the Memphis version of himself, but Mark can still get it done when his team needs him most. Because he had an off year, the Raptors could probably get him for a discount. Next
What,
is
about $8
Dwight
million?
Howard, and if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know him as Skinny Dwight. His bounce-back play with the Lakers this year could earn him around $15 million annually.
Damn,
but I think at
really?
this point, the
You think so?
16-year veteran Dwight, who's really seen it all in this
15
league,
mil?
realizes that the Lakers organization is as valuable to him as he is to them, meaning personality-wise, in the
Damn,
pick
shooting
and
threes
roll,
and everything.
and defensively. He's a perfect fit backing up Anthony Davis, and his chemistry with LeBron is on point. I think Dwight takes a pay cut and returns to Los Angeles
I
for
agree.
the 2021 season.
I agree.
HASSAN just led the league in blocks, and his offensive production was stellar. While Whiteside's defensive rating has dropped off from last year, given the team he's on, he's ranked the 12th most valuable defender at his position. That's still pretty solid.
Yeah, they already got Nurkic, so I don't really see him, I don't know, I don't see them, paying, or maybe they get rid of Nurkic or somebody like that. But, damn, what team really needs a center? It's like, well, no, there's no way he'd go to the Golden State Warriors. That would be kind of interesting, but he's going to want way too much money
Efficiency.
to go there.
Last year, though, he led all centers in defensive rating, getting very little credit for that from the media. In my opinion, he's one of the more underrated players in basketball. Down in New Orleans, Jackson Hayes is still developing, and
not
the
bad.
Pelicans have a ton of cap
I
space.
can see that.
Whiteside could seamlessly step in to catch lobs from Lonzo and nicely play off young killers Ingram and Williamson. As highlighted in my veterans bouncing back top 10,
Don't worry, man. Andre Drummond always forgotten, bro. Straight up, bro. Going back to the Piston days, Andre Drummond is always forgotten.
Serge Ibaka's raised his three-point percentage by 11%. And became the first player in NBA history with both 1,500 blocks and 500 threes.
I'll keep him in Memphis
Additionally,
or
Ibaka can stick
Toronto
with
too.
guards on the perimeter and score in the paint. Without a doubt, he'll be the most desired player who almost strictly plays the center spot, as when Toronto's fully healthy, he's their backup five-man. But the Raptors simply can't afford all four of Hollis-Jefferson,
Fair enough.
VanVleet, Gasol, and
I'm keeping Serge over Marc Gasol, though.
Ibaka, right? Even though Mafuzi Chef's a fan favorite in the 6, other teams could outbid the Raptors if they don't make him their first priority. He looked pretty good next to Porzingis in Dallas, but let me know who you think is most likely to change teams this year for the shoutout next.
I think all these guys are going to join the Detroit Pistons. Like, why would you not want to? I'm not joking. No, I might give you guys all my opinion. So, yeah, this is a very interesting video. You know, I agree for the most part here. Like, a lot of these guys probably going to go back, especially if we don't see the end of the NBA season. Because these teams want to see, you know, these players want to see how things would have finished out. But no, hope you guys all enjoyed. Check out the man D-Flow. Peace out.